making this quick video on Mahashivaratri. Mahashivaratri is the night when yogis and devotees celebrate Shiva. Shivaratri comes every month. It's the 14th waning phase of the moon, right for the new moon. It's also called Krishna Chaturdashi. Krishna literally means dark. So it's the night right before the new moon and it comes every month. In the month of Magha, this month, Magha in southern India, or this month is also called Phalgun in northern India. Uh, the Krishna Chaturdashi is called MahaShivaratri. Why? It is said that several thousand years ago, on this night, the Shivaratri on in the month of Phalgun is when Shiva attained nirvana. He transcended the body, space, time, and became the Adi Yogi, the first yogi. And so devotees stay up all night to celebrate Shiva. Human beings are the only vertebrate animals with an erect spine. This erect spine of ours helps us to connect to the universal energies like an antenna. It acts like an antenna. And this erect spine is what allowed consciousness to evolve so that human beings could seek something higher than just food or survival. So staying up all night on Mahashivaratri actually keeps your spine erect. Tremendous energy is available on this night, especially for spiritual seekers, right? But also for non-spiritual seekers. So much energy is available that just staying up all night and keeping your spine erect will help you to connect to that cosmic energy. The new moon that follows Mahashivaratri is the new moon in the nakshatra of Bhadrapada, mostly Purva Bhadrapada. And Purva Bhadrapada is symbolized by the lightning rod, right? It's the lightning from the heavens that strikes the mind. The moon is the mind that strikes the mind to awaken it. Purva Bhadrapada, that nakshatra, that constellation in Aquarius, is also symbolized by the deathbed, which shows the death of illusion, right? The Maya, the illusion that we have, and really transcending space, time, and realizing your own divine nature. If you look at Shiva and the idols of Shiva that are around, he has a crescent moon on his head. He wears a crescent moon. And if you think about the energy of that crescent moon, it will help you understand the energy of Mahashivratri. The crescent moon is actually the 14th waning moon. It's so delicate, right? There are two stories attached to this. One is of Daksha and his daughters. So Chandra, the overlord of moon, was married to 27 sisters. These 27 sisters are the 27 constellations. And he had made a promise to their father, Daksha, that he would love them all equally. But Chandra could not help himself but be biased towards his favorite wife, Rohini. She was delicate and beautiful. This really angered Daksha and the rest of the wives, right? And so Daksha curses Chandra to fade away. When Chandra is at his weakest, he's about to disappear, he takes refuge in Shiva. Shiva being Bholenath, the one who so easily melts, and he's just like this outpouring of love if you come to him with pure heart and intention. Actually takes Chandra, he picks him up and he puts him on his head, on his forehead, wears Chandra as an ornament, and blesses him to to grow back to his full brightness. So Daksha's curse makes the moon waning, whereas Shiva's blessing makes the moon wax and reaches its full brightness. The second story that is associated with Mahashivaratri is the churning of the Milky Ocean, right? And the Milky Ocean is really your mind. You can also think of it as the Milky Way galaxy in which we live. So the Devas and the Asuras, the gods and demons, came together to churn the Milky Ocean because they were both after Amrita or the elixir of immortality. When they're churning this Milky Ocean, the first thing that comes out is a deadly poison that threatens to destroy the entire creation. The deadly poison is called Hala Hala. Shiva immediately consumes that poison, which probably could have killed his body. His wife Parvati comes and holds his throat so that to prevent him from swallowing the poison. She's so worried about him, right? So what happens is that the entire poison collects in his throat and his throat turns blue. Shiva is also called Neelakantha, Neela meaning blue, Kantha means throat. So he's called Neelakantha, the one with the blue throat, because he consumed this poison. It's collected all in his throat. The poison makes Shiva very feverish. His body becomes like really heated up and feverish. So generally, devotees of Shiva will pour water or milk or yogurt on a Shiva lingam to cool Shiva's fever. Next, from this churning of Milky Ocean emerges Mahalakshmi. Mahalakshmi is really Bhudevi. She's the abundance of the earth, the fertility and abundance of the earth, right? And Earth is slightly situated slightly below the center of the Milky Way galaxy, and it is said that Vishnu resides at the center of Milky Way galaxy. So if you look at Vishnu's depiction, if you look at Vishnu's depiction, Mahalakshmi is depicted sitting away from his navel, towards his legs, towards his feet, right? Just to indicate that the Earth is situated slightly below the center of the Milky Way galaxy. Next, from this churning of this Milky Ocean comes out the moon. The moon, which represents our mind and our ability to connect to the universal energies. And the moon is very delicate. So Shiva takes that moon and again puts it on his head, as wears it as an ornament so that the moon gets this opportunity to grow. On Mahashivaratri, it is said that in the early wee hours of the morning, if you look at the crescent moon through the cloud of stars in the Milky Way, it points towards a neighboring galaxy called Andromeda. The center of this galaxy is where Shiva resides. So the crescent moon on Mahashivaratri actually points to Shiva's abode. Isn't that amazing? You have to think about Shiva as not just a being, but a principle. Shiva literally means a dead body. Shiva means the one who has transcended death. He has transcended the illusion of birth and death. Shiva is actually the consciousness, a steady consciousness that penetrates creation, that penetrates Shakti, right? He's the witness of consciousness. So he's just not a being anymore. He has become a principle that people aspire towards. So on Mahashivaratri, when the energies are so high, it is very natural for your mind. The moon represents the mind, which is which is at its darkest, to waver a lot, to think about all the things that are just not necessary. So, in order to steady the mind, you can bring your attention back to Shiva. What it really means is the mind that we have gets distracted by all kinds of illusions of the world, right? And the churning of the Milky Ocean, the churning of the mind, actually, as soon as you start to meditate, that's what you're doing. When you're meditating, you're churning your mind. It starts to spew out all this poison. It starts to waver and it starts to think about all the distractions, the attachments, the lust, the desires, the pains, the sorrows, all these million different thoughts that come up at the same time. And then you bring that mind back to Shiva. You focus it on Shiva, which allows you to transcend that pain and that suffering of the mind. Because at the end of the day, that's all Maya, that's still illusion, that's still just a projection, and that's just a projection of your consciousness and also the collective consciousness that we are living in. And the new moon that follows, the deity of that new moon is Ekapada, like I said, who is a Rudra, who's actually a Shiva. Rudras are forms of Shiva from a galaxy away from Milky Way. They're like, you can call them the Vedic aliens, so to say. Uh, and he brings that awareness like a lightning rod. Ajay Father brings that awareness like a lightning rod, so the mind awakens to staying up all night, keeping your spine erect. Whether you meditate or not, if you meditate, that's amazing. You'll be able to connect to these amazing cosmic energies that are available, and also available to manifest a life that you want on this planet, right? If you decide to stay up all night on Shivaratri or MahaShivaratri, you can listen to the Sri Rudra or chant a Shiva mantra or just feel the reverberation of the mantra Hara Hara Mahadeva. Feel where you can feel it in your body. You can feel on this night the essence of Shiva in deep meditation, and the same Shiva in ecstatic dance, right? I wish you all a very happy Mahashivratri.